Catus Maximus here. This is just a quick video about why you should upgrade from just a basic infrared remote that comes with Roku TVs to the better quality voice remote. It's only like 20 bucks. It's wireless. It does have infrared too, so I don't know if it's just using both at the same time. But the real, and I'm going to do a quick demonstration. This point of this video is just to make it a little bit more straightforward and why you want to upgrade. A lot of the videos out there are good, but they're a little wordy. The biggest deal is, besides having the voice remote, they replaced the sleep button with the microphone button, and it being both combination wireless and infrared, so it works a lot better, but it's physically much better. This remote here, I mean, this is just after a year. The characters are rubbing off, the buttons all getting worn down. It's really surprising just the quality of the materials. This is like a $5 remote. It's only like 20 bucks for the voice remote. And a quick tip, if you have, it does have a pairing button, which doesn't exist on the basic remote. But if this little light is flashing super fast and the remote's not working, it's usually because of batteries or there's issues with the contacts. You want to check on that. Anyway, the big deal besides the voice, which doesn't work on most apps, but it does work on YouTube, probably due to the dispute Google had with Roku. The big deal is, one, it works a lot better being wireless, and two, it's a lot higher performance. It's much more responsive, and that's actually made it more enjoyable aside from the higher build quality and better buttons. Here, let me show you. So here's like the real demonstration, is that the infrared remote is just so cheesy, and there's some kind of processing delay. Clicking as fast as I can, you can see how the menu jumps around, but when I use the voice remote, which is radio, it like registers each click. Each of them registers. It's just much quicker. It's really surprising. I mean, if we do something like this, where we go to add the channels, now we'll go to the infrared remote. Alright, it's relatively cooperating. Then it kind of oddly doesn't want to register. It's just kind of weird. Where the radio remote just always works perfectly. Every single time you hit a button, it just works perfectly. The voice search basically doesn't work in any apps except for a couple. It doesn't work in Amazon Music. It does work in YouTube. So the whole voice thing has not been as great as it's advertised, really. Roku really needs to improve the voice thing. But if we say go to the YouTube search, if we use the infrared remote, like I hit it a bunch and then it like lags, and there's like just, it's so odd. But it's really frustrating how annoying it is trying to select these numbers with the infrared remote, and then with the radio remote it's just much more responsive. You don't get that whole thing. Each time you click, it's actually registering it like a normal click. It's almost like Roku does something to specifically slow down the infrared. I'm sure that's not intentionally, because I don't want to get sued, but it's pretty annoying. I mean, when you click a bunch and then it kind of like caches and then speeds over, really annoying. But once again, YouTube is one of the apps where voice search does work. Catus Maximus. Look at this cringy YouTuber. But it has this bug where it's like trying to launch another app while it inputted the text into YouTube. So the whole voice search thing really needs a bunch of improvement. But as far as just the response of the remote, that's the whole reason. Second, that, and the fact that like on my TV, there are no extra buttons. There's only a power button. If you lose the remote, you can't use the darn TV. So it's actually kind of nice to have a second remote as a backup, because if yours gets chewed up by the dog, lost, destroyed, you just can't use your TV until you get a replacement. And so that would be the second reason to upgrade to this guy right here, the little voice remote. It just works a lot better. It actually has better quality buttons that don't wear out as fast, and is just super responsive. Anyway, really appreciate everybody who's watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Till next time, Catus Maximus out.